Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com and A&R manager of our very own record label, Tinnitus Classics. And I am so proud to be able to announce the launch of a brand new reissue series on our very own label. Of course, the advantage to doing reissues is that they were already issued, so you don't have to make them again. That's the whole concept. And I think one of the things I've wanted to do for such a long time is explore the detritus of the past 20 or 30 years of the insane record industry. They've recorded so much stuff, so much, just unbelievable quantities of everything. And nobody can keep track of it. And not even the labels that own it keep track of it. So we have gone into our fabulous archive of discs that on ClassicsToday.com we reviewed and which vanished without a trace into the heedless maw of the major labels and some of the other ones too. And I want to start with one of the most important, and really some of these things are gems. They really are. They're exceptional. But nobody knew. Nobody knows. They weren't sold. They weren't promoted. They weren't marketed. They had no chance of selling if they were marketed. It was just nuts. And one of the looniest of all of the sort of major recording contract ongoing series was that of Pierre Boulez with his own ensemble intercontemporain in Paris. You know, he did so much stuff, and a lot of it showed up in here. And this box, this fabulous Boulez 20th Century box, limited edition, which is also out of print. But as most of you will attest, there hardly a box goes by, especially one that says the complete, that's really complete. Something always gets lost, gets left out, gets ignored, and sometimes it could be the most important thing. I mean, it really could be. In this particular case, Deutsche Grammophon totally overlooked the most important, the greatest, the most significant disc that Pierre Boulez ever made with the Ensemble Intercontemporain, and one of his very, very greatest recordings, maybe the greatest of all. And it was this one. Yes, Xenakis, 4 last downloads, those fabulous pieces that Boulez and his intrepid group of explorers sucked down off of Xenakis's personal computer after his passing. And they actually gave the world premiere of these 4 magnificent pieces, the culmination of Xenakis' entire career as an avant-garde bad boy and stochastic genius of computer music, whatever it was he was doing. And, you know, one of the things Xenakis always did was he would take, you know, this computer-generated music and then give it this really sort of difficult to pronounce Greek title. Difficult to pronounce if you weren't Greek anyway. You know, like Pithopratka and Thwappy-Thwacka and Thiphiophilis and, I don't know. There are all kinds of things like that. So I want to just read the original ClassicsToday.com review of this stunning release on Deutsche Grammophon, the Xenakis 4 last downloads. Why it didn't win a Grammy, I have no idea. It certainly deserved it. So here is my original review. From the PC of the deceased Yanis Xenakis, Pierre Boulez and his Ensemble Intercontemporain have downloaded his very last completed works, each of which illustrates one particularly significant aspect of this radical figure's fascinating style. Sputum, which was released along with Ichor, the Blood of the Gods. It belongs to the composer's justly acclaimed Body Fluids of the Gods series. The light, airy tone clusters in a quartet of alto flutes representing ambrosia, the food of the gods, are slowly broken down by 2 trumpets, 3 trombones, and percussion trio as this saliva of the gods, that is, sputum, goes to work. From a strictly oral point of view, the music is very graphic. So is its notation, by the way. Echinacea represents Xenakis' attempt to apply the principles of homeopathic medicine to music. A chord cluster based on the notes derived from the title, that is, the notes E, A, C, and B, which of course is H in German, so we need to make that clear, in echinacea, along with some added micro intervals for color, gets progressively diluted by stretching out the rests between each of its appearances. The intervals are computer generated, of course, but Boulez only includes the first 15 minutes of the work. After that, the listener can time the increasingly lengthy intervals listed in the accompanying booklet with the help of a stopwatch until reaching the desired dilution of 1 part per 15 million. The initial cluster is helpfully tracked separately for this purpose, though the booklet makes no mention of the actual duration of the full piece, a serious omission. I haven't worked it out myself, but we're talking geological time, I'm sure. Phlogiston whimsically recalls the now discredited theory of a mysterious substance present in the air that permits the process of combustion to occur. Scored for electronic tape, wordless choir, and sizzle cymbal, the piece incorporates the sound of various explosions as the voices emit random pitch clusters rising from the deep bass to high soprano, the cymbal marking the beginning of each new cycle. That's my particular favorite on the disc, frankly, because I just love the theory of phlogiston and the way that Xenakis sort of incorporates that into the sound of the sizzle cymbal. I think it's just genius. It really is amazing. Finally, oh my goodness, this is just an epic masterpiece, Chlamydia 2. On the other hand, it employs the concept of epidemic. I mean, isn't this topical? That's one of the reasons I wanted this to be Tinnitus Classics' first release in this fantastic reissue series. Original covers, by the way, always original covers. So, Chlamydia employs the concept of epidemic as both a musical principle and an element of left-wing social criticism, which of course was a major thing with Xenakis. Based solely on the DNA sequence of the Chlamydia bacterium, the work begins with a single strand consisting of the notes A, C, and G, plus a random computer-generated element standing in for the DNA building block T. As the strands multiply exponentially, the random element consistently shifts, reaching the total chromatic with alarming speed. However, the virtuosic writing for 5 violins, piano, contrabassoon, 6 percussionists, 4 trombones, 9 flutes, and soprano soloists singing the words "Looking for a Good Time, Baby" in 47 different languages make the composer's message transparently clear. It goes without saying that Boulez leads his players in a stunning performance of this and all of the works on the disc, and they are sumptuously recorded. A magnificent tribute to a great composer. So there you see, and why it never made it into this box, I can't explain, but Deutsche Grammophone's loss is Tinnitus Classics' gain, because now we are able to reissue the fantastic disc of Xenakis' 4 last downloads for the first time on our very own label. So give it a shot. You may be fascinated by it. The wonderful thing about it is this stuff didn't cost us anything. They couldn't give it away fast enough. So it's really not a big deal one way or the other. It's there for the taking. Keep on listening, folks. Thanks for joining me. Take care.